How's it going, everybody? MonkeyNutz here. Welcome back to Parcel Simulator. Today we're going to start by upgrading all of the things we currently have in place so we can assure our system is running as fast as it possibly can. Once everything is fully upgraded, we're going to open up the rest of the warehouse and start building more machines over here. Let's get the day going. Alright, I've gone around and made sure all of the machines and belts that we currently have on the ground are completely upgraded. Now it's time to start increasing our buffer storage. If I'm going to increase the number of gates we have and the number of overall packages coming through, I will have to put them somewhere on the days that the cargo is not accepted. For example, for the weekend, we are going to fill these 3 up with train cargo. I need more than this before I open more doors. So I'm going to get working on that right now. I'm going to run around, increase all the buffer storages, and I'll bring you guys back in a few. It's starting to look like the 1 input buffer is not enough. I'm going to have to split it to 3 like I did here. This is moving as quickly as it can. Nothing is getting held up here. So the problem is definitely with how many packages can go through even a fully leveled up sticker sorter. Has this always been a thing? I don't remember having a 30 item per day limit. I finally got a new pallet, guys. Oh, this one holds so much more. Nice. Okay, there it is. I've moved all of this back, so I have enough room to add another 6 racks in here, if need be. But everything has been upgraded all the way over here. I've run out of funds. I need to make another buffer here, and this will actually continue all the way out to this belt. Over here, I have increased the buffer for the airport, with leaving enough room in here as well to add another 6 racks in. And that's as far as I could get today. You can see here we made 256 valid submissions today, 0 invalid submissions. Let's get the next day going. Alright, as the money comes in, I'm going to continue upgrading this stuff over here. If anything crazy happens, I'll bring you guys back. If not, I'll see you at the end of the day. Oh, there's that end of the day noise. Okay, it looks like this time we did not overfill, so we probably really only need 2, but for symmetry's sake I'll put 3 of these at each. Yeah, we did not overfill our buffers this time, and this is still running pretty quick. We're at the end of day 35 here, 240 valid submissions, 0 invalid submissions. It's a good thing train cargo goes through tomorrow because all of our buffer storage is full over here. Well, it's not full. We still have this belt of buffer, but it's about there. I've got this increased for the maritime cargo, so that shouldn't be a problem. And our airport cargo is looking pretty good. All right, I'm going to run through tomorrow, and I'll bring you guys back after it's finished. Somehow I had a backup right here. I don't know how it happened. They got stuck and it backed the whole system up. Oh, golly. This might be a problem. I think we're going to be okay. I think this is going to clear all of itself up before we fill up our buffers, but this is another good reason to have the buffers. When something fails, I had time to come fix it before I just didn't make any money at all today. Well, it's happened again. I think it's time to get rid of this junction. Here's our new gate all ready to go. I did run into a little bit of a problem while building this. I instinctively right-clicked on some of these as I was building them and upgraded them. I didn't really have the funds for that, so I didn't have enough money to finish running this out. If you haven't seen how I built these before, I just have the same 3-rack buffer that I have over there. It comes into a sticker sorter, and then I've followed the same pattern as I did over there. It doesn't really matter, I don't believe, which machine you put where. But I've gone with the weight machine. It snakes back around to the serial number, snakes over to the country, stamps, cargo type, and then finally the contents prohibited. All of the... let me get over here. All the invalids come along this outside belt here and just swoop right back around. Everything's going to go through this red sticker machine. And then eventually make its way to that gate way down there, because we are already overloading the one over here. So after I get the day running and have some funds roll in, I'm going to have to build this as the day goes, and I'll stand here with my pallet and catch any packages I have to. Now, for the green packages, everything that makes it all the way through the sticker machine, or everything that makes it all the way through the sorting machines, is going to come through this sticker machine, meet up with the fresh stickers coming out of here, and make its way all the way down this belt. And I've run out of money to buy a joiner for here to meet up with all of the outbound packages. This will probably work for now. The problem is going to be overloading this belt and this one sorting machine. So we are going to have to sort this stuff further back later on, especially when I start adding the other 2 gates in. I'm going to go ahead and start the next day now. While the next day is running, I'm going to get this belt finished up, and I will bring you guys back at the end of Tuesday. Okay, so 65 degrees and 3 power seems to be good for being the 3rd block back here. Oh no. Yeah, that's working pretty good, because they're falling right down the chute, and it doesn't affect the ones coming down this belt at all. Nice. Ooh, look what I have here. I can go put this over here. Oops. Nice. And there's the end of the day. Looks like we did okay. Yeah, this one's going to be all backed up because I didn't get this out, but that's okay. We still had a pretty busy day, it looks like. Let's go move this package. That should get that flowing again. Okay, time to finish upgrading all of these belts now. All right, we've got all of the belts leveled up now. It's time to see how many of these machines I can level up. I think we've already got this one all the way. Okay, so they're all at least to the 2nd upgrade now. And a couple of them have the 3rd upgrade. One thing we are definitely going to need to upgrade is the buffer storage here, because it's full. The good news is, tomorrow, we get to open up the airport. So, by the end of the day tomorrow, we're going to increase the buffer storage here. We're going to have to see how Maritime does now. Speaking of Maritime, it's time to shut this off since this does not run tomorrow. All right, I'm going to bring you back at the end of day tomorrow. Oh, I've just noticed we had 256 correct approvals and 256 correct denials. That's coincidental there. And 57,696. Why did that happen? What just happened that caused that to flop down and stop? I know what I'm gonna do about it. I'm gonna put one of these here, so if it happens again, it'll push it on through. I'll have to put a merger here. All right, we've reached the end of day 38. Let's see how everything's running. I had enough money accumulate through that day that I was able to finish upgrading everything here. Next thing we need to upgrade are the shelves here. We need to make these larger, which I've got the money for it now. But everything else is looking pretty good. Our storage for the maritime is, well, it's starting to accumulate in there, but it's only been a day. This is nice and empty, but that's because it's today. We're gonna have to add more in here. Inbound's looking pretty good. And this is working much faster now. By the time I finish buying and placing all of the racks, we're finished sorting. There's a couple of things still making their way down the belt. But nice. All right, I'm going to shut down the airport, get the new day going, and I will bring you back at the end of Thursday. 256 correct denials. All right, end of the day. Oh, what's happened here? Golly, I don't know how long that's been full for. Okay, here's the end of Thursday. We've got all of the racks are empty except for the maritime and the airport. Let's see what we've got today. 464 valid submissions. Nice. I got some more buffer storage added in for the airport as well. So let's get Friday underway, and I'll bring you guys back in a minute. While this is all running, I want to discuss the next portion of the game and how we're going to tackle it. We need to unlock these two sections of the warehouse, which is going to give 2 more gates. It's not just as simple as adding those 2 gates in and plugging it into our inbound or our 2 outbound lines. What it's going to do is, as you can see here, we're already starting to get a little backup between this belt and this belt merging. These next 2 belts will not be able to connect to this same sorting system. It will overload it. So the next step will be to have these 2 gates connect after they've initially been sorted. So I will need to sort out airplane and maritime cargo down there and have it come down on a separate belt and meet after this sorter. So I will want the airport cargo from those 2 connecting into here. I want the maritime cargo from those 2 connecting in past here, so that we've gone past this sorter, so we don't add any more traffic to this belt. Once we've gotten past there, we should be able to merge the trains in along with the truck cargo. But that is going to be quite a feat. It's going to take a bit of planning and building. If you would like to see us expand the rest of the warehouse here and get a massive sorting system installed right here, smash that subscribe button and meet me back here next Wednesday. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. I'm MonkeyNutz. Have a good one, everybody.